Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's time for some more Hearts of Iron. I'm Emilios Gilbin, where the rest of our army here is about to roll off the production line. Yeah, just about. Low echelon support. Literally need, what, three motorized, 20 motorized each. Deploy them. They're fine. Alright, and let's get a new commander out here. He's already up to skill 4. Yeah. We're sending him out to the front to help the press against the Soviet Union. Step 1, make the Soviets surrender. Now, here's a question. Do the Soviets have the rubber? The Soviets have a thing that lets them make one of their provinces produce 6 pieces of rubber. While not a lot, it's like taming nature or something. We can check it actually, and it does not appear that they do. Transformation nature. In Kizil Orda. I don't know where that is, but I think it's out here somewhere. I'm pretty sure it is. It would help if it showed the names of the states. The Great Steppe. Ashakabad, Ust. Yeah, Kizil Orda. And unfortunately, despite that, they do not have resources out there. So. You guys are good to go. Yeah, we're able to contribute to the war against the Soviets. Works well. We're barely taking that many casualties. The Soviets are already up to 4.23 million. They're just going to fall apart. Yeah, the Soviets are out of manpower and possibly guns. Not sure which. One of the two, though. Because their troops are just are just out of fighting strength for the most part, it seems. Like, if we have a look here, yeah. They might just be out of manpower right now. The problem is, while the Soviets normally have an infinite quantity of the damn shit, not in this case. They are not necessary to have infinite manpower, because they have not necessarily managed to get their manpower laws passed. The Soviets are still subject to that and do need to get their manpower laws passed. If they can't, then they don't have enough manpower. Ultimately, fairly simple. Oh yeah, right. Air Doctrine. Somewhere buried under all this. Thank you. Disperse fighting. A lot of stuff's going to be rolling off the production line in the next 100 days. It's going to make our army a lot better. Yeah. That war's not going well at all. That said, our war is going pretty damn good, with 16% contribution. When the peace conference comes, we're definitely going to get some shit out of it. With our 16%. What we'll end up getting, I don't know. I'm going to look around here because there's a good chunk of oil. Like Kranzador. Yeah. Baku. Yeah, I'm going to look to take, like, the Georgian region. That said, if we are the ones who enter Moscow, it's going to be a goddamn miracle. No, you're not to attack there. You're to attack there. I want to be the ones entering Moscow, damn it. And the Soviets can't seem to stop us, so they can stop us only at Moscow. Well, either way, that's good. Push here. Even it out. You guys need to launch an offensive here. Because now we've got enough flanks on Moscow that we can take it. No, you're to withdraw. You're engaging too far away from the main goal here. Full-scale attack into Moscow is possible, and a very good victory. we stand to be the ones who can take it, then good for us. Excellent. The fall of Moscow. At dawn today, German panzers smashed through the hastily erected barriers on the streets of Moscow, and half-tracks were seen unloading panzer grenadiers on Red Square. Thick, bellowing smoke from many fires raging in the suburbs could be seen rising in the air as German infantry stormed the Kremlin. Grenades and flamethrowers were reportedly needed to fight the stubborn NKVD holdouts intent on defending every inch of the complex. The Russian capital is now in German hands, but has been left a burning ruin. Unconfirmed reports indicate Lenin's embalmed corpse was safely evacuated somewhere. Is this the end of the Soviet Union? Christ, I hope so. Like, yeah, our second army is now out here as well, so... Syria joined the Allies. Liberia joined the Allies. Lebanon joined the Allies. Yeah. I mean, now all that's left to fall is Stalingrad. And then the offensive comes to its end, as the Soviets will capitulate. It's actually up to 70% national unity, which isn't too bad for it. They might be able to hold on for a while. We'll see. Yeah, we have a lot of free civilian factories. Mostly because I still haven't found time to research synthetic oil. I think that's going to be streamlined line turning into it. Alright. Good news is a lot of continued pressure has really put an end to them, I think. The Soviets are either out of manpower, guns, or both. Who knows? But either way, they will fall. Soon Sevastopol military base will fall as well. Alright. Select technology. Yeah, we are in desperate need of synthetic oil. Let's go. It's time to develop synthetic oil. Alright, Second Army. I want to see your offensive line. Let's go. And you're good to execute. I want a full offensive. Except nothing less. We are now approaching Stalingrad. So. That'll be the trifecta of cities that are worth a bajillion victory points for the Soviet Union. Like Stalingrad's worth 30, Moscow's worth 50, Leningrad's worth 30. Combined, that's the majority of the Soviet Union victory points. That said, apparently we are managing a hell of a breakthrough down south. Excellent, excellent. The German-Soviet-Iraqi War. Iraq. Are we at war with the Allies now? I don't know. I don't think we are. Okay. Just checking. That said, it's time to retool our friggin' lines, isn't it? Yeah. We only need one of those. We can probably drop this down to at least 10. And ditch one of these. Good. And now it's time to use our theoretical experience to put big guns on aircraft. Or improve the guns ever so slightly. It's something, right? Fighter 3 Mark 1. We have enough for a third line, even. Damn. Alright, so we've got 3 lines of fighters. Now the question is how much are we going to have to import for this? Am I right? Alright. And we're short resources. 172 aluminum. Okay. And how many more resources do we need? 30 rubber. done. We probably don't have enough transports, do we? Yeah, we will actually need to build convoys. As it turns out. I built 30 naval dockyards, and we're just going to start with stockpiling convoys, I guess. That is something we can do. We're getting just over a convoy a day. And, yeah, we're at least getting some fighters off the line. Advanced artillery upgrade, good. Free civilian factories, yeah. We are currently... How much? I don't even know how many we have remaining. Yeah, we have 29 available for construction. Remind you, our construction needs have slowed down significantly, so that's okay. Alright. We've got synthetic oil on the way. I'm going to start researching excavation techs. We're going to need them. Yes, Stalingrad is ours. Or will be in a moment. Yeah! The fall of Stalingrad. Advancing German spearheads have seized Stalingrad, Stalin's namesake city in the banks of the Volga. After fighting their way through the ruined Stalingrad tractor factory and seizing strategically vital Mayemyev-Kurgan heights, the Germans have forced the last Soviet defenders across the Volga to its eastern shore. According to the unconfirmed reports, holdouts from the Red Army fighting together with partisans have retreated to the sewers and basements to continue their struggle. No significant organized resistance is believed to remain, however. A significant development. Yep. Which puts the Germans rather close to capitulation. 81%. Sevastopol will be another important one that needs to be captured. That, however, is mostly up to Japan at this point. And other German forces as we sweep through the Transcaucasus Mountains. I mean, I don't plan to go any farther than this, really. But we do need to clean this part up. That said, it's time for old Iberia to get, or new Iberia to get old Iberia out here. Okay. I have no idea if we're at war with the Allies half the damn time. We still seem to be able to trade with them, so no. Diplomacy's starting to get a little bit on the complicated side. Like, you can see that they're clearly not anywhere near full fighting efficiency. That said, with the German Reich's new supply of guns and other things, and the UK is bad, we're in pretty good shape. And the Soviets are going to start collapsing pretty soon down here as we meet up with the Turkish forces. We are up to 24% of war contributions. There we are, and infantry anti-tank 2 for even more attack power. And that means shock and awe is about to come with it. Should we start researching excavation? Because that will help. When we suddenly start producing synthetic oil, we're going to need to be producing a lot of synthetic oil. There we are. Come on, shock and awe tactics. Okay. We now have shock and awe tactics. Excavation 3. Let's get to work. And if resource production spikes, that's helpful to the entire alliance. So, with shock and awe, we should have no problem cleaning up what remains of the Soviet forces. I'm going to, however, command a small contingent to go capture Sevastopol. That will be important. Because that is, like I said, one of the last pieces for them to surrender. They're down to 40% of their victory points. Unfortunately, places like Vladivostok, right here, are worth a fair bit. It would be helpful if the Japanese could capture it, but I'm pretty doubtful. Vichy Francis capitulated again. Okay. Looks like we've lost the African front. Not too surprised about it. Alright. Another news. How goes our fighter production? We're starting to get the lines filled up and working. And that's good. And there we are. Good. So, we're currently producing only about 5 fighters a day. But that's okay. That said, in terms of Navy, I'm not exactly sure what to produce. We'll figure it out, though. Alright. How about you stop there? Didn't I send a second one? You guys apparently already made it there. And you're actually from 2 different armies. Whatever. Well, that's fine. It'll get cleaned up. Sooner or later once we finish this part at the very least. I mean, at this point, we're about to take Astrakhan and close them in. Which will be bad, to say the least. I mean, not that it matters. With Sevastopol there, they aren't getting. Yeah, they can't get supplies out here then, because they can't run supplies. Yeah, they can't run supplies through Gibraltar. They can run supplies out there in a long way around. But I'm going to call their ability to actually do that into question, so that might be very helpful. They have quite the garrison at the Sevastopol region. Actually taking it. Don't know if it can be how easy it'll be. If it'll be that easy. Then again, they seem to be having a lot of trouble just holding off our one group. The Germans have got backup, kind of. Yeah. They've lost the will to fight. Fall of Sevastopol. It is now in Japan's hands. Yeah. Well, either way. Is that enough to make them capitulate? I take it not. Just about 94%. Wow. They just have no fucking combat strength left. If I could get you to stand still, that would be great. Congratulations. You're subsumed off into your own army. Because you refuse to follow my orders. Mostly because the AI is a jerk. Even light regeneration is enough. Between these guys having absolutely nothing for supplies. Like... yeah. They're holding this goddamn peninsula with all their lives. But considering a lack of supply and... yeah, low supply... and everything else, it's only going to be a matter of time before they run out of people on this friggin' peninsula. And as we engage them in combat, their guns start to break apart. And it only gets worse, as we can see. Only gets worse. That said, they're making quite a strike out in an attempt to pull some kind of victory. Yeah, you guys need to regenerate a bit. You guys, take them. That's stuff. We lost a few divisions out here. Looks like we lost a total of 2. Guess they got encircled and destroyed somewhere. Sometimes happens. Yeah. As you can see. Might have made a counterattack or something. Who knows? Alright, well, we'll just keep killing. Like... Every battle, the Soviets are just going to take more and more casualties that they can't sustain. More and more guns will break. And eventually Sevastopol will fall. The decryption advantage. Shore bombardment and enemy air superiority. Yeah, no. You guys will stay there. And we will take Sevastopol and destroy all of you. Done. As we said, eventually Sevastopol will fall. Looks like the Germans needed some backup from the rear. There. So. We've some free military factors. Yeah, we got 2. Guess that's enough. Sure, we'll throw out some extra motorized. In addition, I mean, pretty obviously we can reduce the amount we're using there. Yeah, we don't need anywhere near as much steel as we are currently importing, so let's start importing less. We currently have a surplus of 100. Since we're importing 176. There we are. We're short 1 steel, but that's not the end of the world. It's fine. Alright. Start various efforts. It's not going to do much, but it'll help. A little bit here. Soviet Union capitulates. Treaty of Ulaanbaatar, with us having basically the same point count as the Soviets. We can take a hell of a lot out here, so it's not too bad. The problem is I can't see the resources, so that's why I kind of tried to memorize some of them before, but... Yeah, we're, we can take a fair bit here. Soviets have already chosen to take all that, so... I mean... Take a Far East port? Sure. Okay, that's just a little too much. Yeah, in that case, and turn. Yeah. There's nothing left that I care about for the Soviet Union, so I withdraw from the peace conference. Get out of here, Americans. I see. And the Russian Empire is out there. Operation Zet. Really? That's great. Alright. So. That's actually really important because that secures us a ton of oil. We now produce 170 of the damn shit. Good news. We now need to import less of it. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Excellent. And, man, these hitches are weird. Alright. Apparently we still have some tech that needs researching. I'm presuming that was shock and awe, so, yeah. Alright. Excavation 4. Let's just pump more excavation techs out. Since we've suddenly gotten access to so much resources. We can also apparently reduce the amount of aluminum that we are importing. Good. We're exporting steel to pretty much everybody here. It's great. It's very helpful. It keeps our civilian industry actually kind of running. A lot of repairs to do. That said, that pretty much seals the deal for us, doesn't it? I mean, now there's the war with China, but that's really up to just Japan. I mean, the Allies might overthrow the Axis, but I have no intent of joining against that for now. I need to be in significantly better air and naval shape before I can consider such a thing. We only have 900 fighters right now, so I'm going to be looking for 5,000 probably before we are prepped for that. I'm going to be looking for 5,000 fighters. That said, there we go. All of the excavation techs. We're just going to pump out more resources. And suddenly our surpluses are growing. Which is great, because we very quickly begin to reduce the dependence on foreign goods. Yeah, and our production lines are starting to come up to speed with our fighters, so it's not too bad. I mean, not too long ago we saw 10, we now see 10.5. When we have 3,000 fighters, it's not going to be too bad. We still have 60 tungsten extra. We can't trade to Italy right now. We try, but we can't. Poor Italy. That said, the new new Spanish colonies out here are pretty good. The new Spanish colonies we have are pretty good. Alright. Oh yeah, Christ, I've been training way too many of these, haven't I? Well, the good news is we did need some replacements. Yeah, you guys remeld into them. 2 of you guys will meld into this army. And you 4 will just kind of die. Well, return to the manpower pool, not die. And that's it. Because we don't need more than 3 armies, as far as I'm concerned. Alright. Although we don't even need to garrison areas anymore. Still am. Hello? Thank you. Garrison. God damn it. I hate this. Yeah, this army will be garrisoning New Spain. These guys. I think we'll have them. Ugh, God damn it! I hate being able to click on airfields while garrisoning. We'll just have them garrison France, and the first army is going to not garrison France anymore. Swear to God, I hate that so much. There. Alright, so the armies are all in position and protecting various areas of our empire. Sinkaing and the remaining members of the Comintern, I believe, have all capitulated as well. No, the Comintern is still a thing. Okay, just checking. We've come pretty far. The Allies are still a threat, but I don't know if it's the end of the world or not. I think we'll be okay. Because sooner or later I'll hit my 3,000 fighters at the very least. This is my minimum before I'll even consider going up against Great Britain or anyone else. 3,000 minimum. That said, and our surpluses continue to increase thanks to the excavation tax, and we're importing a lot less. Which is always a good thing. Alright. Really? Still can't do synthetic oils. Okay. Well, artillery's finished. I guess we can get night equipment for infantry. And continue on with the air doctrine. Yeah. Synthetic oil experiments are finally going to finish. And then we're suddenly going to be the only source of rubber for the entire Axis faction. Well, not the only source of rubber, just most of it. Correction, the only source of rubber short of Vichy, France. And the problem is Vichy, France's capital is here. Siam's capital is here as well, so... Yeah, European, we have absolutely no rubber right now. Which is obviously a bit of a problem. And synthetic oil is going to hopefully change that. It's going to be huge. Change the entire course of this war. You know, right now we're having problems dealing with the Allies, and part of that's because we can't get air superiority without rubber and oil. And while I've definitely helped secure us oil, you know, like, we need the rubber. Even I'm importing rubber. We knew that would happen, though. Rubber is an astoundingly important resource for anything that isn't ground combat. Even ground combat, it's kind of important for motorized and mechanized soldiers. Alright. We've got air doctrine covered. I suppose we'll start doing rocket. Sure. We'll start working towards jet engines. Good, those are almost up to full strength. Alright. That means it's we're good. Let's begin the construction of synthetic refineries. Now, unfortunately, they're capped in level by a tech. So we need to research more as we construct. And thanks to all that new land we captured out in Russia, we suddenly have effectively colonies that we can build these in. But we'll do the homelands first. I'm even starting to consider France part of my homelands. We're just going to start pumping synthetic oil out. It's going to be in great importance for the entire faction. Look how Italy keeps trying to give me stuff. It's like, no. Actually, out of anything, I'll give you an army. You guys are the ones defending France, right? So, you know, Italy. Expeditionary force. There you go. Did I give you... Ah, there. Yeah, those guys are now Italian-controlled. Which means you think that they'll go hopefully fight against those Brits. Or the Allies in the north, either or. Alright, and with this, I think we can put an end to this episode. So, the Soviet Union's fallen. We have a new colonial region. And we're doing pretty well with it. A lot of resources. Lots and lots of resources out here. Yeah, I didn't bother taking too much. Gone up here. Might have been able to get a little extra. Don't think it was worth it, though. Yeah. All this oil, though. That's very good. And now we have some supply of chromium, at least. I don't think it's going to be necessary. I think probably Hungary alone and the Balkans of what we captured is more than enough, but yeah. The Axis needs for chromium aren't met. Right now, we need to now meet the Axis needs for rubber if we are to win this war. Well, I mean, if I just have an air force of 5,000 planes, might still just be able to win anyway. We'll see. In the meantime, thank you everybody for watching. This has been your lovely, lovely host, Galvin, signing off.